So here's Malcolm X. I know I can get through this life with his spirit inside me. When I step through the mic, I feel his voice rise inside me. I keep his book beside me because I know he died for me. The autobiography of Malcolm X. This is his story. You maybe think he's a character invented by Spike Lee, but Malcolm X was the real deal. He didn't have no movie deal. He was revolutionary. He taught black people the solution. He tried to free our minds from the pollution of history. The European has you roped in. He colonized your mind with your Oprah. Europe. Keep your open eyes because Europe next you will change your opinions, repeat all his lies. That's slavery. The media has you crazy, so you want to copy Jay-Z. These racist record labels want to keep black men as babies, so they give you names like Lil Wayne. It's degrading, but Malcolm Little changed his name. He would never be labeled. He would have been ashamed of these fake thugs we idolize who tell you how they took 9 slugs and survived, but that shit is a lie. Don't believe the hype. It's makeup. They are selling you drugs because they don't want you to wake up. The images on BET are owned by snakes who hate us, but Malcolm wasn't fake. He was always straight up. Malcolm was courageous. He got shot in the chest 16 times and he died. And it wasn't for money or rims on his ride or hose or bling or to get famous. He never got paid. He got shot to save us. And we can't even raise our fists and make them stay up. We complain about how the government let Biggie's killers escape while we let Malcolm's killers get away with it every day because we put money in the pockets of the CIA every time we use Facebook. They got your Facebook, but Malcolm faced them down with one look. He didn't care about the profits. He cared about the prophet. Brother Malcolm got it. Malcolm tried to stop it. Malcolm saw how the ghetto keeps you caged. He was sucked into that gangster shit too when he was your age. He was just like you. He hustled on the streets for change. He went to prison, but he read the Quran and he changed. He hooked up with Elijah and changed his name. He was light-skinned. He could have passed, but he never changed. And Sister Betty Shabazz and her children carry on his name. We should all be ashamed at how we forget these heroes' names. If Malcolm could see us now, he would be spinning in his grave, but he would have died for us just the same. And I wish he could come back and do it all again because it's 40 years later and we're still mentally in chains because we can't even speak his name at Obama's inauguration. They're trying to erase him. It's crazy how they got us shaken, but Malcolm wasn't afraid, not even when he was taken from his mama. They locked her away when she had a nervous breakdown because his father was killed by the KKK. They had him run down. They burned his house down. He wanted to be a lawyer, but his teacher told him to dumb down, so he went to New York and pimped after sundown. He was breaking into homes because his luck was down. The police would have had him cut down, so he told them he surrendered and put his gun down. He was sent to the Massachusetts State Prison in Charlestown for lockdown. He educated himself by reading. When they turned the prison lights down, he wouldn't let them keep him down. Let me tell you how the rest of his story goes down. He joined with Elijah Muhammad's group. They thought of themselves as Allah's fruit. They respected themselves, so they dressed in bow ties and suits. They protected the neighborhood from police brutes. He taught black people how to break the noose. He stopped conking his hair and loved his nappy roots. He would not march on Washington with MLK because he would not be used. Instead, he met with Castro and reclaimed his African roots. When the army drafted for Vietnam, he taught Ali to refuse. He spoke out against oppression and human rights abuse. He went to Mecca and it set his spirit loose. The FBI spied on him because they wanted proof. They say the Nation of Islam killed him, but I think it was spooks. They couldn't silence his message, and so they had to shoot. They tried to smear his name because he told the truth. He said Kennedy's assassination was the chickens coming home to roost. He knew you can't dismantle Massa's house by using Massa's tools, and they're still trying to hide his message from the youth. There's no excuse for the way they lie about his views. They teach you Martin, but they leave Malcolm out of schools because he tried to teach black people not to be fooled. So stop being fooled. Don't believe that shit you hear on the news. It just amuses them. They get together and plot and try to confuse us, and they say the system includes us, and they screw us, and they pimp out the black president on CNN, and we'll attend because we're still obsessed with being them. But playing that game is not the same as beating them. We die defending them when we're not even human beings to them. We invest with them, get dressed by them, press our hair like them, so the press can repress our youth protesting how we're less than them. They arrest us when we start to threaten them. We sell ourselves to them. We all reject our own so we can get with them, and so we mess with them and they infect us. Then we get so stressed our life is 10 years less than them. That's not disease. We die from being oppressed by them. That is not freedom till we seek freedom, being free from them. Don't ever trust in them because it never ends. We are blessed to have these lessons unsuppressed by them, and His Spirit will not rest until we forget that mess and focus on the message sent by Brother Malcolm X. Until we free our minds from them, we'll never love ourselves. And until then, I will progress with His mission inside me. When I step off the mic, I feel His Spirit drive me. I keep His book beside me because I know He died for me. The autobiography of Malcolm X. This is your history.